Okay, so good evening, all the students who have joined this single board computer coding club. Yeah, good evening. Uh, so far we have today one more student have joined. So 91 students have joined from all first year students of your institute, and we are very happy about it. Now the journey begins. You all are given this box, right? All 91 plus students, which is what we called as a mobile lab, right? So mobile lab in the sense you may right now you are at your house, right? So that lab which we have provided, you can use it another 3 to 4 years of time, and it has a multiple advantages. It's not only uh, right for training purpose now. You can also use it in second year, third year. Even we have trained your faculty, even they are also happy about it by using these boards in the laboratories. So you can also use it in the coursework in the laboratories and also in mini projects, major projects. And we will also conduct some competition. So whenever you are free, once you have done with your theory papers, so let me know. We'll also conduct some what is called boot camps, right? So these are all for professional skilling because a engineering student have multiple expertise, not just only in your own subjects which are in your domain. As even educational policies also talks about the professional skilling programs we should conduct, and you should also wholeheartedly participate. So with that intention, we have designed this single board computer hobby club. Why we have said hobby club? Because here there is no uh, uh, right like a academic type of a evaluation or attendance. Now it is your hobby. You wholeheartedly should participate in this program, and as and when you free, right, you should connect your boards to your computer and start thinking and writing about the programs. And also slowly we will take you to the complete board. Right now you all came here and soldered this board, but to begin with we are not starting with the programming of all these things. We will slowly do that, at least first 1 month without using that this entire board, right? We had given one uh, pocket in a right in a sealed cover where there is a right the CPU is there, right? So you have a CPU, this CPU. So that's why do not mount on this board, right? Just have a CPU. That's all. That's enough. So 1 month we will have fully practice on this CPU. I will try to teach you what is the advantage of the CPU and programming on C language. It's all called embedded C, real-time programming. So we need to understand those concepts first. So first program it on these devices, and then once you are fully comfortable in writing the programs, then we will mount it on the board. So these are two different things. Programming language practicing, that is what we call as a level 1, and level 2, this board need to be tested, because since you have soldered this program, this board, I am not sure, right, how good your soldering is. So you have to sit with me. At least if you spend some time with me, I will teach you how to troubleshoot this board. So though you have soldered, but then there is a possibility of some errors, right, in the while soldering. That's a possible. So we should troubleshoot it. Without troubleshooting, if you mount the CPU on this board, then there is a possibility that permanently the CPU will get damaged. So let's not be in a hurry in mounting. First 1 month we'll practice on the CPU only. I already shared some videos with you, how to write programs, but still, though the videos are there, I still prefer to teach you how you should write the programs. All right, so that's the purpose why I called you today. But then, since almost all of you are not present, out of 91, only 9 students are present. Even then, I will complete my session. Then, at least this much work every Sunday, right? At least, even for, why not even for 10 minutes, we should meet it so that that regularity will be there. I understand, even if you have exams, no, you need to study, all that is okay. So that's why I do not want to discourage the students who are regular. Even for 10 minutes, definitely we'll meet it. Just for discussion also. If even if a session is not there, no problem. But just for discussion, if you have what doubts, you have any problems you are facing. So will that regularity has to be there at least weekly once. So we'll make a point if no, I don't think anybody has a problem on Sunday. So maybe 6 p.m. I will keep it only exclusively for you people. So please do join it. Make a point to join at 6 p.m. Just maybe just say hi to me, and then if you have done anything right, just let's discuss. No problem. Okay. So what I will do is, though I have shared the videos, I expect at least the first 1 or 2 videos. You should see it again. I post it, go through it. And after seeing the videos, what I want is at least the very simple program you should start writing. So just only one program, I will tell you again. I want you should do it so that when I meet it next week, I want every one of you have done that. Not only in these 8 or 9 people, you communicate to your entire class and make sure at least you have done this work. This is my minimum expectation. Otherwise, we won't progress because time is running, and if you interlink each other, then no, things doesn't happen because you have to simultaneously work so many things. All right, so I repeat once again, let's not bothered about this entire board. It has so many things, but now if I explain you, no, you will be scared of it. Let's not do that. But definitely, anytime I'm recording this video, I will share it to you, all your students. Anytime when you feel, please come here to my company's office, that is where I am sitting right now, third floor 310, and come here. We will have a, I will have a one-to-one interaction with you. And if you have any problems on the board soldering or how to test the board, that we should do it individually, right? So don't worry, if if you are unable to come immediately, no problem, because this is another 3 years we have this kind of a interaction. So nothing to worry that no quickly you have to do. But my request is inform to entire first year, right? Right now I think only 50% of the students have joined. I wish, no, this is like I already said, this is every individual should practice these skills. Then you will have a excellent career because they are life skills, lifelong learning skills. They will be helpful not only in graduation, after your graduation, no, so when you are in industry or when you go for higher studies, or if you start your own company. But these programming skills on single board computers are extremely good. This generally doesn't happen in academics. So that's the reason why we have designed this as a hobby club. Because when I say hobby club, then no, you feel bit freedom in discussing because it's a hobby, no, it's a club. So don't think I'm a teacher and you are a student. And we are all learners, right? Even sometimes I will invite your seniors also, or some people who are working in industry. They will also interact with you while giving some talks or demonstrations. And we'll also have some activities either at your institute or here, so that that kind of a sportiveness or some innovative ideas, you will be motivated. All right, so that's the purpose of starting this club. And it's not a big investment, right? Hardly 5,000 rupees means what? Just you, if you sacrifice some one or two pizzas, that's enough. That junk food and stuff that if you spend, you already spent. I know I should appreciate you, all of you, right? What is the value of this money after 4 years? Nothing, no? This money after 4 years, it is a half, the value will be half. But now, if you have invested, means you should utilize the laboratory which you have. If we sell the same product in the market, it's not less than 15-20,000 rupees. What we have provided to you is our expertise we have designed. And I said, no, 2 to 3 years, I'm giving my time to you, my alumni, my industry time to you. Otherwise, professionally, even if you go for any training program, they are charging not less than some 25-30,000 rupees for these professional skilling programs. So since you're all from colleges and that specifically rural colleges, so you should not uh, waste your time, particularly, of course, money also. That's the reason, as a social contribution, we thought this should be available to you also, so that you should not fall under the trap of fake training programs or fake internship programs. We'll also, right, eventually, if you like your ideas, or if you have sufficient time in your summer or winter, you can come here for 1 month or 2 months internship programs. We will provide you. But as I said, we never ever charge you a single rupee extra for any of your internship programs or training programs, other than this 5,000, whatever you have paid for this kit. But that is a hardware cost, right? At least that you should minimum buy it. And see, already you are buy, you have purchased some mobile phones, maybe expensive mobile phones. Instead of that, what is wrong in spending 5,000 rupees on some components and some sensors and some communication computation devices? Not only in engineering, right? Even if you are doing a job in your career, these boards you can also use it for some automation in your house, or some small scale industries, or some agriculture farms. So I will teach you all these things. Or maybe if you are in industry also, you can still participate in some national level ideation. Now also you can participate. If your idea is selected, they are providing up to 10 lakhs as a supporting money to develop the products. That's why I said that it's like a not only just a learning, there is also like a uh, investment for possibility of getting some grants and funds in a thousand times, multiple times of what today you have invested on such a small tiny IoT board. All right, otherwise people don't understand. People think that those uh, right some few simulations are the readily available market boards like Arduino boards. Generally people buy Arduino boards for programming these things, but they are not products. There are some hobby kits where some Chinese companies have manufactured. So if you try to use those boards, then like I already said in my introductory lecture, they are like a copying the things. You see some programs on the internet, you download it here and they start working. So it's a copying. There's nothing like you have soldered, you have tested, right? See, we do not want anything which is readily working. That's why I have asked you to come here, solder on your own. I am sure now your journey started where you need to troubleshoot it. Things won't, as it is, doesn't work. You'll have some challenges. And if you have challenges, it is good. If you start writing programs, it is good, right? Then, the actual, say, real scenario, what you are going to face. All right. So if you have any doubt so far, you can unmute yourself. Otherwise, quickly I will show you what I am sharing. I will share you one folder, and step by step you start doing that. At least coming week, at least a minimum, at least one or two programs. I want you to do that. Then slowly, every week, right? We should add one or two programs extra. That is how you will progress, right? Even when you start sports, also, right? If you want to do some jogging or any exercises, I don't think on day one itself you will run for 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers. But you have seen even some students who are participating in 40 kilometers, 100 kilometers, 500 kilometers, this cycling or jogging or and so on. But it's not that on day one only they have done that, and it's a dangerous also. It's almost they will get a heart attack if they try to do that every day. For example, the day one you just go for let's say half a kilometer, and that's all. Okay, then every week just at least add few more meters, right? Every week you add, let's say I have added this week another uh, 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 say 100 meters, like that every day you keep on adding. I'm sure then you will go for 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, and so on. Same thing happens in professional skilling. It's not that today if I am sharing some folder, it's not that entire folder you have to do it in one day. It's not for copying and reproducing. If you doesn't, if you are unable to do it, then only you refer my folder, whatever I am providing some resources. Otherwise, first you should try yourself. If you want some reference, then only refer that. But otherwise, you should do it only by looking at the video, not by copying the programs. That's what I said, do it yourself. Since you are remotely located, that's why I'm sharing my folder as a programs. Otherwise, generally, I don't even give my folder and my programs, right? Uh, but then, some since every student is not joining online every week, I do not want any student should be missing my contents. So I will share you the folder, but then first you should practice on your own. That's what my appeal to all of you. If you do it well, I told you there are many benefits will be there in future in terms of some internship programs or possibility of participating in national level ideation workshops. And also your projects, your final year projects will be extremely good because you will be doing you with your own innovative ideas. All right, so that's what my appeal to all of you. Any doubt so far? Otherwise, then I will go to some contents. Okay, so if you do not have any questions, I will brief you what is that I have provided to you, the kit for all of you. Uh, that is you can call as a checklist. And then this 2 to 3 years of time, you will be using all the components. So don't worry, we have enough time. But quickly, just for my satisfaction, I will introduce you so that this video you can also share it to your colleagues and those students who have not joined. So they need to understand that what is that we have provided and you will be using. All right, so let me share my screen. Can you see my screen, all of you? Hello. Any one of you can unmute yourself. Naeem, can you see my screen? Dekshita?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, just let me tell you that whatever is I have provided in your box, right? That box consists of these many components, right? You have this box. Then these are all, I will just tell you, some of, for example, serial number 1, R1, R9, R12, R13. These are resistors called surface mounted resistors, which are soldered, right? That day when you are here, you have soldered on the board. So these are called 1 kilo ohms resistor. You all know the purpose of resistors is to limit the current. So since on board some LEDs are there, some sensors are there, their current need to be limited. Your entire board is working on first through your USB. USB provides you the cable which we have provided to you. Maybe in your case it's a blue cable. So one side you have a USB connector, right? That A type. Uh, Other side you have a B type micro connector. This will goes to your microcontroller. This will goes to your computer. So this USB is providing 5 volts. But since on your CPU there is a regulator, this regulator will convert 5 volts into 3.3 volts. So please note the connector will go in only one direction, like your mobile phone. There is no other direction. So this 5 volts, there is a regulator here. You see this 3-pin regulator. This will generate 3.3 volts. So that means on your entire board, all the pins are getting 3.3 volts. But even then, since we have soldered so many components on this PCB, so the power is coming from this CPU. That's why I said right now do not mount it, because this board you have soldered is not tested. Then what happens if there is any short circuit on the board? Not only this will be damaged, even your microcontroller will be damaged. So if any, see, I already given everything a brand new. If anything is damaged, then again you have to buy it. So that's why not be in a hurry. Everything we have to check step by step, because see, it's not software. In hardware, once it is damaged, means it is permanently damaged. It is not recoverable. So since all these LCDs, LED sensors, they have some current limiting. So these resistors, whatever is mentioned, where the name R is written, that is where their resistance value to limit the current, like 1K, 330 ohms, 100 ohms, 10 kilo ohms, 2.2 kilo ohms, and so on. Then there are some capacitors like C1, C2, C4, C5, C6. They are called bypass capacitors, right? Or biasing capacitors. So their value is zero point 0.1 microfarad. The purpose of the capacitor in our case is to limit the ripples, so that your power supply, which is a DC 3.3 volts, it has to be a constant. There should not be any ripple on the power supply. So that is taken care by this zero point 0.1 microfarad capacitor. And then we have provided some diode like 1N4004. The purpose of this diode is connected across the relay, because you see this is the first time for you people we have also provided this blue color box relay. This we will use it later on in your applications, so that if you want to switch on or switch off like motors, fans, tubes, right, all electrical things also you can make it on and off. There is a connector is there, see this 3-pin connector. So such type of, even including air conditioner also, we can make it on and off with this board. That means even high voltage, right, 230 volts devices also we can control. That is the beauty. We are specially designed for your batch onwards. So across that relay, this diode is connected, right? It's a power diode, so that whatever is the energy across the relay, that has to be discharged. That's called freewheeling diode. So that is there. Then there is a transistor, NPN transistor BC547 is used. Again, this is to drive the relay. So I will explain you slowly all these components. Don't worry. Then there is a regulator called 7805, which will give you 5 volts constant DC. Then there are some ICs, some of the SMD ICs you already soldered using these 16 pin ICs, right? Surface mounted device ICs. You already soldered like a 74595, TD4051, and so on. And then there is a motor driver IC called L293D, and then the relay driver PC817. So these components are there on your PCB. Then about the sensors, we have provided multiple sensors so that when you do some applications or IoT applications, so then you require at least some parameters to measure. So those sensors are called LDR. I will explain you in detail in future, but today just to know about what all we have provided on the board. So LDR is a light dependent resistor. It is the purpose is to convert the ambient light into change in resistance. So that we will measure it with the help of our CPU. Then there is a sensor called TSOP1838. This is a infrared receiver. So that this sensor, which is there here, this silver color one, the steel box, right? This sensor, it is a TV remote. TV remote means with the help of your TV remote also, if you want to control this board or this vehicle, you can operate with the help of the TV remote or AC remote sort of a thing. So that receiver is there already on the board. Then there is a buzzer, right, which is there on your PCB, so that if you want to generate any music or any tone, you can generate with this digital buzzer, which is 5 volts. Then ultrasonic sensor we have provided. Again, this is a sensor, and the purpose of this sensor is to measure the distance, right? So the pouch which we have provided, maybe you can check up. There is a sensor called ultrasonic sensor. So this is the sensor where maybe I will explain you in future, called a transmitter and receiver, which will be helpful for you to measure the uh, distance, right? So that we will use it. And optocoupler. So optocoupler we have provided right now also you already soldered. Looks like a U shape, is meant for to sense any obstacle is there or not. And LED, there are a couple of LEDs are there. One is this 5 LED, which will indicate whether your relay is on or off. And then item number 17 is a DC motors. So we have provided this yellow colored two DC motors, which are working on 5 volts. So we provided two DC motors so that later on you can make a vehicle like this, right? We will show you how to make a vehicle, and that you can, and we also provided some tires. So then you can make a vehicle, so that you can build it slowly. So that's the purpose why we have provided two DC motors, so that we have a provision to drive that. And relay already said on the PCB, there is a relay which is meant for to making on and off these high power devices. Then motor clamps, right, in order to fix this the motor on your PCB. The clamps also we have provided, the steel one, two clamps are there, where with the help of the screws, threaded screws, you can fix the both the DC motors to your PCB. So those are motor clamps. And then power connector, right? These are called power connectors, so that when you want to connect a external battery here, so that for example every time we do not want a USB connection, because when the vehicle is moving, then this vehicle should be operated on a battery. That time you require this two pin connector. Similarly, this 3-pin power connector is to connect some AC appliances, fans, tubes, bulbs, motors, and so on. These are called power connectors. And USB cable. We have provided the blue colored one, but otherwise anyhow, color is not an issue. It has two types. One is called A type, other is called B type. So this goes to the computer, other side it goes to the microcontroller in only one direction. So please remember, otherwise you are going to damage the connector of your microcontroller. The direction is important, and it is a 5 volts connector. And a battery connector, 9 volts battery connector we have provided, so that whenever you want to operate your board with the help of a 9 volts DC battery, we will tell you later on how to connect your entire board with a battery, so that once you make your vehicle as a vehicle, then you cannot connect a USB connector. The entire board should be operating on a battery, right? And sorry, I forgot. We also provide a LCD. This is called 16 by 2 LCD. Because why 16 by 2 it is called? 16 characters you can display, and such type of characters you can display 2 lines. So that is called 16 by 2 LCD we have provided. And then item number 25 called 5-pin motor connector, which is this 5-pin SHS connector. The female is there on your CP, right, where motors are connected, supposed to be. And sorry, male is there. The female we have provided, which you are supposed to solder these wires to the motors, so that your microcontroller DC drive, which is connected, will drive the motors. And then the dummy wheel, right? Dummy wheel means what happens? We have provided 2 motors, but the like auto rickshaw, the third wheel is a dummy wheel. So this dummy wheel, uh, we don't drive it. It's just only for supporting purpose. So otherwise, but it is say it's a ball, so it will be rotating when the vehicle is moving. That's why we call it as a dummy wheel. Third tire is a dummy wheel. So actually we are controlling 2 motors, left and right, but we can also change the direction, forward, backward, left, right, all these things we can do it by using 2 motors also. That is possible. We will tell you how to do that. And the vehicle tires. So when you mount the motors, you can also have the tires which are connected to the motor, where again the connection, if you see, it has only one direction. It won't go in the other direction, so that you have to plug it in a specific direction only, right? For example, see, it is a flat connector is there, yeah, in this direction only it will go, not in. So don't press any of them, because they have every connector has a unique direction. Exactly, it will go in that direction only. So that's that. And then the most importantly, the microcontroller itself, which just now I was explaining. This is your microcontroller. So this time we have provided a advanced controller called ESP32, because this is having a more powerful CPU along with the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, inbuilt ADC, DAC, and so on. So we will see all those excellent programs. We will slowly develop what is called IO programming and interfacing. That we will do it, but we are not in a hurry, because you are all first time introduced to this type of a single board computers, and programming can be done either in embedded C, or programming can be done in Python or Java. So we will see. That's why I said we are not in a hurry. Slowly we should learn all these things. Then on board, we have provided one potentiometer. This tiny screw is there, right? This called preset 10 kilo ohms. The purpose is, if you rotate the screw, the resistance will change. So if you have any applications where you want to change the voltage, and then you want to do some action, that time definitely you can use it as a reference voltage. Like for example, in your tape recorders, you rotate something and the channel will be changed, and so on. Similarly, you can do that. Then there are some sensors called DHT11, that also we have provided, which is meant for, it looks like in blue color one. right? A blue colored sensor, which is meant for measuring the temperature and humidity. Then there is a some connectors are there like push to on switch. As you can see, there is a blue color on off switch is there. This purpose of this switch is when you connect a external battery, your battery should not discharge. That's why that time you can make off the battery, so that when when your board is not in use, right? So that time no, you can. Somebody wants to join. Let me see. All right. So that time you can switch off the battery. That is the purpose of on-off switch. And the purchase strip are they're all connectors. You need not bother about it because you already soldered those purchase strip like male. This is female purchase strip called 40 by 1 strips. We have braked, right? Uh, we have made it into as per our convenience into pieces. So that is there, and double-sided PCB. So when we had given the PCB to every one of you, it was like that, right? A SBC PCB, which we have designed. That's why we named as a Go Green double-sided PCB. It is our design. So that is the uniqueness. Uniqueness means you don't get these things from the market. It is our contribution. We are working for several years into this programs. So we understand that why it is so important to populate these many components. Like I already mentioned, some of the SMD components are there, some controllers are there, some peripherals are there, so that most of your engineering subjects or some projects which you will be doing, you name any project, I will give you some solution definitely how to implement that solution by using this board. Trust me, I have 30 plus experience in teaching. Almost 20 years I have industrial experience, and I have my own company also. So I understand what most of the projects and products require the components. That is the reason why with my own contribution, I accommodated everything on this board. Otherwise, no, we are not doing any business here. We want our generation, our students should benefit from our contribution. That's the reason why we have designed. Otherwise, I am sure if you buy these boards from Texas or Xilinx or some those popular companies, they will charge you 30, 40,000 rupees just like that by populating these components. But that we do not want to do that. Secondly, I said these Arduino boards, Beagle boards, these are all Chinese companies, which are they're literally spoiling the education by dumping the material. Because engineering is not about copy paste the things. Engineering is all about your design, right? You have to design something. Your innovative ideas has to be converted into products. That's why we don't encourage such type of no copy paste things. It's okay, you take your own time, but I always believe do it yourself. So you should do it yourself. Along with this, we also provided some male female these pins, right, on your board, right? You can see such type of pins we will provide you called male female connectors, so that anytime if required to join here and there, it will be useful. Don't worry if any of these things are missing in your box. We'll provide you nothing to worry. That's our duty because, like I said, it's not that we want to make money from out of this. It's just to provide a service for you, and major our contribution is about this training program, which we are not charging anything. Slowly, as I said, if you develop these skills, we'll also encourage you to participate in our competitions and innovation ideas, national level competitions. It is likely that today you have spent 5,000 rupees, but you may earn some in competition itself that will be recovered, or as I said, up to 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. The seed money is available from DST or industry conducted competitions like hackathons or these prayas, right? Government of India prayas activities. where they are encouraging the engineering students to participate in innovative ideas. Right? Even IIT Bombay has a TIH program, and this TIH program is available at national level also. Some they have given to some universities and IITs. If you participate, then they are also funding from 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. That's what I have mentioned in the brochure. This is all about, right? We would like to mentor you, right? So that at least when you write your proposal, that proposal should be at least a good proposal. That itself is a great achievement in participating in those competitions. Yeah, so this is one thing in this, at least this video, I would like to cover, that what is that we have provided in this internship program as well as this hobby club, what we have provided, what we have believed, this box, right? You can say black box or white box, but this box is what we say mobile laboratory, where you will be having now, as I briefed you, have so many peripherals, so many sensors, and a high end, as on today, the high end possible CPU we have provided to you, and along with this, the motors and that connectors. So I'm sure most of your uh, subjects can be taken care experimenting, and most importantly, three popular compilers: embedded C, Python, Java. You can practice, I mean, product point of view, not just a computer program. Even 10th students are practicing in schools. That I want engineering students to go beyond that, right? Like, applications, product development. That's the purpose why, the purpose of starting this, you can say, hobby club or a internship program called hybrid internship. As and when possible, you can also come to our campus here, or we also have some centers at Andhra Pradesh. There some nice facilities are there, including accommodation, so that in our ongoing projects also, if you have, some full time, 2 months, 3 months, if you can spend, we'll provide our facilities in the manufacturing facility and test facilities. You can stay there, you can do it. So that's the thing where we thought, let's help the engineering graduates, irrespective of your branch, because this technology, most importantly, the software and hardware, is there in every branch. Irrespective of your branch, you should know how to do the things. All right, so that's my just a brief introduction for today. Quickly for this week, what you should do, I will tell you. I will be sharing one folder to all of you. That folder name, as you can see on my screen, named as a edurobo esp32. This folder I will share it to you, which consists of entire all my programs, which will be useful maybe another 2 years or 3 years. But I won't be advising you to go through every program. Or let's say, to avoid the confusion, I'll post only one or two programs per week in the folder, and you just only concentrate on. But then don't look at the programs. First, you try to do it on your own. If you are unable to do it, then only you look at the programs. To begin with, I will be posting you this software called Arduino Compiler. I am giving you Arduino 1.8.19. It works in Windows, but you can also download for Linux or Mac PCs. It is freely available. Just you have to type Arduino Compiler download. It is available. Even a later version is also available, but we generally comfortable with 1.8.19. After downloading, right, you just double click it and install it, and then you will get a window like this, right? I mean, the screen is available to you. As you can see, this screen you will get it. Let's say once you install it, it says no, Arduino 1.8.19, something like that. If you say, right now I'm opened a new program, otherwise this is what your blank screen looks like, which consists of void setup, void loop. That's all. So at least this installation, if you have done, right, at least this screen, if you are getting, whenever it asks you any of the permissions, keep on giving the permission, say yes, 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 and that's it. That means you have done your installation. This is one part in the, I mean, in my training program earlier also I said, at least do this installation. That is the first part. I hope this much you can do it. After that, the second part, what I am trying to tell you, just focus on it. Like I have explained in the past, this do not connect any of the board except this microcontroller, right? This microcontroller connected to your USB of your computer. So look at my computer screen, I mean my camera, what I am doing, this connector, I'm connecting to my USB of the PC. You can see this red color LED should be on when you connect it correctly, because this goes in only one direction. So make sure you have connected this to the computer. And then after connecting, what I said, look at my screen again, type on your computer called device manager, right? You should type device manager. Once you type the device manager, some tool is opened which will show you on your computer what are the devices are connected. Undoubtedly, one of them is ports, right? Earlier, it might not be there on your laptop or computer, but since we have connected this controller, this port, you can see my cursor, this port will be there. You just expand this port, you will notice Silicon Labs CP210 USB to UART converter. This should come at least on your computer. This is my second request to you. After installing the Arduino compiler, uh, connect this CPU to your computer and do not connect the board. Avoid this at least till I say 1 month. Do not use this board. Only connect the CPU, and but do not keep this microcontroller on metal parts, otherwise this will be short circuited and damaged. Do not keep it on some books or some plastic material. So what it shows is Silicon Lab CP210. If this doesn't appear, right, just to confirm, for example, I will disconnect it, right? You will see that will be vanished. That won't be there. If again I connect it, this will be there. If you are not getting this, whatever right now it has displayed called port, right? This thing is not coming on your computer. That means you have not installed the device driver to detect this. I am sure first time it won't detect. Some yellow colored exclamation will be there saying that I don't understand what you have connected. Unknown USB device, something will come. So that's why once this first time if you are connecting, I will show you another software. So if you open this my folder, Arduino Node software, MCU software, there I have provided you some software. Three drivers I have provided you, but don't install all three. Listen carefully. Try only one at a time. If one doesn't works, go to second. Second doesn't work, go only third. Because laptop to laptop, computer to computer, sometimes some of them are recognized, some of them are not recognized. First, you try the this one CH341 SCR underscore Windows. You install this software. Again, disconnect this microcontroller, connect it, and see whether on your device manager this CP210 bridge thing is appearing or not. Don't worry about in the bracket what number has it has shown, because laptop to laptop and every day also this number may change, because this number COM3 right now is assigned dynamically. It's not static number. Every day it may differ. But at least this Silicon Labs CP210 USB to UART bridge, this name should appear once if you install this serial Windows. If this doesn't work, then don't worry, try install Windows v3 underscore 4. This driver, you install it, maybe problem may be solved. Even if this doesn't solve, maybe very rare cases, some HP computers doesn't work these two drivers, then try for the third driver. So third driver, you cannot install it. Please remember, third driver, you only unzip it, right? You just only extract. Okay. Once you unzip this folder, for example, right now, I'm unzipping, right? What I'm doing, I will say extract to. So now you see I have extracted this folder. Once I have extracted this folder, now you see that folder CP210 underscore universal windows is extracted. But in this folder, there is no software directly to install. However, in my previous things, these are all executable files. Both the CH341, they're executable, but the CP210 is not executable. They have just only provided the link for installation. So, I mean, this is third scenario. If both the things doesn't work, then only you try the third one. So in third one, how to install it? Go to device manager here, right? Right click where you have that unknown device name is there, right? Definitely some yellow color something will be there. Right click and then you say update driver here. When you say update driver, then it will ask you search automatically for drivers or browse my computer, right? So you should say browse my computer and then you provide the path. Say, let's say browse, and then wherever that unzipped thing is there, select that specific folder, okay, and then say okay, okay. Then once you say okay, in my case I'm just canceling because I already installed. So just provide that's all. Okay, then say done. That's all. I'm sure till date I have not faced any problem. At least these three drivers in all laptops and computers, at least any one of them is definitely working. I repeat, try with first serial underscore Windows. If this doesn't work, then try this install Windows. Here you only has to unzip and double click the executable file. But if these two doesn't work, third one unzip. But this here you cannot install it. You only has to provide the path by go to the device manager, right click, update driver, provide the path. Once you do that, right? Once you do that, uh, only see, how will you come to know whether it has installed or not? Go to tools and see in port. For example, you see the same number has appeared, COM3. That's all. That means the, for example, now I will disconnect this. For example, I have disconnected the CPU. I will close this window. Now again, I go to tools. See, the port is not highlighted, right? So that means now it has not detected. But if I connect it, now I am connecting. I will again close this window. Again, I go to tools. Now see the port COM3 has highlighted. So that is what it indicates that now it has correctly, your driver is correctly installed and the COM port is recognized. I expect these two things. First, you should do it, all of you, those who have not attended today's session also, and those who attend also. Next time when I ask you, nobody should say that my I have not installed this compiler and I have not installed the driver. Second step. So far your computer doesn't require internet connectivity to do these things because I am providing the software. Okay, of course, if to download the software, you require the internet connectivity. I will share the Google Drive, but otherwise from internet also you can download this Arduino compiler. So not from my Google Drive, you can download it. This is the second step. Third step, what I'm asking you to install. Listen carefully. Uh, since this CPU is ESP32, definitely when you install the Arduino compiler, it doesn't support. Listen carefully, it doesn't support. So that means if you cannot write the programs for this CPU. So what should we do? I will provide you one manual. The manual is called ESP EduRobo ESP32 manual. Go to the page number 21. In page number 21, I have provided one path. So I will give you this PPT only. Copy this path, right? What is written as a HTTPS DL dot Espress if.com package underscore ESP32 index JSON, right? This path, okay, this path, you can see my screen, this path, copy it, control C, copy it. And where should you paste it? I already mentioned here. Preferences, there, enter in the additional board thing, right? Go to your compiler here, go to file, okay? Look at my screen, go to file, preferences. If you open preferences, there you can see here it is written as a additional board manager. So here you should paste that URL, that JSON, uh, uh, right? Express if that command, that JSON. You see, I already pasted this, and you say simply say OK. That's it. You pay. That's the thing. First, you have to provide a path to install the board. This board manager. After providing the path, make sure your computer or laptop has the internet connectivity. If that has the internet connectivity, go to tools, look at the screen again, go to board. Right now in my computer, this ESP32 is there, but your computer, it won't be there because you are doing first time. So go to board manager. In board manager, here you, right, here in this, right now it's downloading my index platform. It takes some time based on your internet speed. Wait for some time, right, unless no, this is ready. So once that is done, go to this command prompt, type ESP32. Just type that. Once you type it, this screen will come called ESP, not, please remember, not Arduino ESP32. We do not want that. What we want is ESP32, right? ESP Espressif systems version 2.01. So you install that. Since I already installed, it is saying installed. Otherwise, you should install this software. This completes the support of the microcontroller we are using for this entire coding. So only once you have to do it, that's it. So you don't need to every time install the board. Board we will do it only once. However, we may install some other things like sensors. We will be using some other no, other interfaces, motors. So we may require some libraries like LCD and all. That time we will install it. But definitely another 1 month you don't need to install anything except once for the CPU. Once you install it, what is the next step? Go to tools, right? I mean, since you have installed, go to board, and now you will get what is called ESP32, right? Now, these all so many ESP32s are there. Which ESP32 you should select here is called, uh, right? I will show you, right? You can see do it, do it ESP32 development kit V1. So look at my steps. Go to board, and then ESP32 Arduino. Again, in that, I am selecting. I have also kept this screenshot in the manual also, right? So you should select Do It ESP32 Development Kit V1. Once you select it, on the bottom of the screen, you can see my cursor. The bottom of the screen, Do It ESP32 Development Kit V1, 80 megahertz, right? And COM port also it shows COM3 because we already selected in tools, in port we have selected COM3. That's why in my bottom of the screen, this Do It ESP32 Development Kit so and so megahertz COM3 will appear. That's all. So this completes that. Installation is done. What installation? First, you have installed Arduino Compiler. Second, you have installed device driver. And third, you have installed the board manager, which is ESP32. That's it. This is only once you have to do it. Later on, you don't need internet also. Once that is done, then only one program you compile it and show me that you have done all of you. I know you have practiced in the past also, since so many students have joined first time. I want all 91 students this to be done. There is no option here, right? Because you have accepted that you will be, cooperating with me, joining with me. If you doesn't have computer, no problem. Your professors have promised, right? In your college, some laboratory they will keep it open. On daytime, you can approach Nitin Power sir, or for that matter, your principal, anybody. They will provide you the laboratory, and in the laboratory you can practice these things, installation and all. That's what I am requesting you. At least weekly 2 or 3 hours have a coding practice. Then I assure you, you will appreciate your entire life, that this period how your some no so you have to sacrifice some time, whatever you have today you are doing, that will be useful lifelong. Okay, so one program I want to run it. So that also you don't need to write it. What I'm appealing to all of you is, go to file, right? Go to examples in basics, right? In basics, there is a blink program is there. Again, look at the steps. Once all these three things are done, what all the three things? Install Arduino compiler, install device driver, install board manager. If all three things are done, and then go to examples, go to basics, select blink program. Once you select blink program, a new window is open. So now there is a program. You don't do nothing, right? Just compile and download. How to compile and download? You can see on the top of the screen, there is a upload. You see right arrow key, upload command is there. You press that upload, the program will compile. Automatically, you see the right side of the screen, one green bar will appear. So this will show the progress. Then slowly it will complete 100%, because it doesn't have any syntax errors. Because we didn't type any program, it's already there. So if all our steps are correct, the all three steps so far, whatever you have done, it won't show you any syntax error, but it is also simultaneously will start downloading the program. So that progress, it will show in orange color in the command, in this comment window, the black color window. It will show you that the program, it is downloading. Once it shows that 100% downloading is there, then you look at on your PCB, that is microcontroller PCB, one blue color LED will start blinking, right? With a speed of 1 second on, 1 second on, 1 second off. That is the blinky program, where called inbuilt LED. That means on your microcontroller board itself, company has provided one inbuilt LED. Later on, we will also provide external LEDs on board. There are 4 more we have provided. But as I said, that after 1 month. But to begin with, this board, this CPU is enough to practice hundreds of programs. Because we are first practice on skills, mathematics, programming, functions, and so on. That should be, and models, some system modeling, how to do modeling. So extensive. See, when we study physics, when we study maths, so many subjects, we need to understand what are the applications of these subjects in the industry, in product development. All right, so this is what the program is called, Blink program, where on the first pin, D0 pin, right? I will explain you, don't worry about the hardware slowly. But right now, assume that there is a D0 pin called inbuilt LED. There, the this program will execute and will switch on or switch off the LED. I will explain you that program also. Just let this program is downloaded. Do not disturb the screen, because first time when it is compiling the program, it takes some time. Less second time it won't take much time, because first time it will invoke lot of libraries which are inbuilt. That's why compiling takes more time, irrespective of your computer. But later on, right, since they're already in the pipeline, it won't take much time. See, now it has compiled. Now it's downloading also. See, all 100% is downloaded. Now look at my computer camera. Now this blue, not the red one. The red one is power indicator. but this blue LED, now it is start blinking with a 1 second delay time. So this is what I want you to practice, the first LED program. And then if you want to quickly modify the program, I will show the program. I will delete all these comments, right? I will keep you only the program part, just a small program. So that's all. This is the program. So this program consists of two functions called void setup and void loop. Whatever you write in void setup in these two curly brackets is executed that code only once. And whatever you write in the loop, these two curly brackets, is executed infinite number of times. So what is the code is written is called pin mode. Pin mode means you have several pins, right? You can see on the controller several pins. Those pins you want to make it input or output. So since right now we are writing the program for LED, LED is a output. So that's why we said pin mode. See, it is a case sensitive, please remember. So you should follow that. So we said pin mode and LED built in, because see, you need to specify to which pin you want to make it output. So we said wherever LED is connected, that pin we are saying output, because see, every pin has two directions, either it is input or it could be output. So you need to clearly say that. Since LED is output, then you have to say output. In future, when we connect sensors, you need to say input. So that is called configuration. So configuration, see, pin mode is called configuration. This has to be done once, only once, right? Once that is done, in the infinite loop, what we are saying, digital write means digital value write. We want to make it high state, right? To which pin? LED built-in. So LED built-in pin, we are saying high value, because since LED high means what? It will give 3.3 volts, so that LED will be on. Then we say delay of 1 second. See, in delay bracket, 1000 means 1000 milliseconds. Because when you say high, you want to be, that's what is happening, right? High will be there 1 second, low will be there 1 second, and it is repeat infinite number of times. So that's why we said high, then delay 1000, then digital write low and delay 1000. That means now again after 1 second, it should be low, means it should apply 0 volts. Then wait for 1 second and low state. And this is in the void loop. Loop means infinite number of times this program will be executed again and again and again. So if you want to make some changes in the program, let's say instead of 1000, I will give you 100, right? You should play with all these numbers, right? Increasing and decreasing how much time, on time, off time it is changing, right? Whenever you make changes in the program, again you should compile and upload. Now see, again it is uploading. So like that, I expect you, even on single LED, you can write 10, 15 programs. Let's say, for example, uh, this LED, you like a pattern, right? A pattern of on, off, on, something, no? Or rapid on, rapid off, or can you change the uh, blinking speed, or the intensity of the LED, right? On time, off time, you adjust in a such a that so fast if you do it, maybe the brightness will change, right? Sometimes it will be bright, sometimes it's a low bright. Everything is depends on time and off time. So I am sure on this, in this program itself, you can write 10, 15 variations, and I want you to do that. So let's see what variations you will do it the coming week. Now see, again after downloading, I have downloaded. Now see, this blinking rate is very fast. You can see my camera with 100 milliseconds, because the delay is 100. So 100 means 100 milliseconds rate. Now this is compiling. So I don't burden you much, because this itself is, I want everybody to do it. If you do this, next week we will do a different assignment. Okay, so that's all. You don't need to uh, worry about these things. You consider this as a hobby, and I'm sure you will enjoy in doing this. So don't think it's an extra burden for you. And but I already said I'm doing certification also, other indirect benefits we are providing. All right, so uh, that's all from my side for the first session of this, and you can say hobby club or an internship program where every one of you should do that. That's all.